All right, today is August the 2nd, 2016, and right now at 10:46 p.m. in the foothills of Los Angeles, we have a temperature of 70 degrees. The relative humidity is 64%. We have a dew point of 57 degrees, and the barometer is reading 30.01, which has risen slightly from yesterday. All right, so we're watching the Northeast Pacific water vapor loop, and we're keeping an eye on Howard right here. This is a tropical storm with 50-mile-per-hour winds. We also have a disturbance here. This is, I believe, 10E. Let's take a look at the map, National Hurricane Center map. We have 10E right here, and that is a very large area of thunderstorms, 35-mile-per-hour winds, moving west-northwest at 20 miles per hour. Now, Howard is moving west-northwest at 15 miles per hour, and this storm here is forecasted to trek right over the Hawaiian Islands here in a few days. Let's take a look at the map. They're showing this thing to go out right over the just right over the top of the islands, possibly to the north of the islands, I should say. All right, so we'll keep an eye on both of those systems, and let's go back to the big map and take a look. We have more monsoonal thunderstorm activity right here over the over Arizona, New Mexico, and Mexico itself. But nothing's really getting into California. Once again, they're blowing these storms apart, these thunderstorms, using microwave. Let's go take a look at the infrared loop. We can see that California is just not getting any kind of precipitation. If we go to the Intellicast map right now and take a look at the live activity right here, we can see that there's just really nothing happening except for possibly right. This thing zooms up quick, doesn't it? Okay, let's try to. Yeah, there's a little bit of a little cell right here on the Highway 40 going into Lake Havasu, which is right here on the river. Colorado River is right here. Okay, so there's really nothing happening in California rain-wise. And we can see the returns here for rain in Arizona and over in New Mexico. If we go back to this other map, let's go back to the rainbow map again. We can see that all of these thunderstorms are right over Arizona and New Mexico. And these are being blown apart right here over Las Vegas area, Hoover Dam. And also right here, this little storm right just south of San Diego in Mexico is being superheated with microwave and blown apart. You can see that here. We'll zoom in and on the, we have another map here, the southwest maps. We'll take a look at those in a second. This is Howard right here, Tropical Storm Howard. High pressure is building in. The barometer is rising. We've got 30.01 inches, as I mentioned, and that is right on track for what's happening here. We have a chance of moisture moving to the north, and what do? They build up high pressure right here, and that will prevent this from moving in as they destroy it with microwave, just like what they're doing over here. All right, let's take a look at the southwest water vapor loop, and we can see that this storm right here is wiped out. It's just poof, gone. They superheated that. That was an easy one. Same thing is happening over here. This is just a rerun of what we've been seeing the last several days. And anything that gets into California up here is quickly wiped out as well with microwave. They target these from probably satellites, but also there's ground transmitters as well. We're going to try to find out where, if these things exist and where they are. Also, we have the chemtrails that are part of this operation. They spray desiccants over the tops of these cloud formations, and that prevents the lift in the atmosphere that we must have in order to have precipitation. All right, here's the rainbow loop for the southwest map. We can see what happens here. We can see the blast pattern right here on this little cell. This thing is wiped out. This could have moved up and into Mexico and into Los Angeles along with all this other activity right here. This is these little cells could have moved in and dropped some rain. They're not allowing anything in. And of course, there's that big fire up in Big Sur, just south of the San Francisco Bay Area. They're not allowing any rain in. These sociopaths that are controlling our weather are not allowing any rain into the state, anything to speak of. Here we see the photoshopping in the visible light mode. Let's just stop this and we have the day to night transition. We can see the overlay, this crude overlay right here. And they're trying to hide their tracks. If this overlay was not here, we'd see the microwave blast patterns, the dimples and the crater marks that are left behind when these storms are superheated. Okay, so they're hiding their work tonight. But we can see, if we go back to the rainbow loop, we can see very clearly what's happened here. There's a blast pattern shooting out to the south there. We can see that. And of course, the color change that we're seeing here, when these storms are hit, they implode, and it goes from deep red to yellow and green. We have a lot of evaporation taking place. And if the wind direction is just right, all that steamy atmospheric condition just blows right over our area here. Like last Saturday, we had some monsoonal thunderstorms blown apart, and the winds brought it actually from the north. They blew in from the north to the south west. So we had a very, very strange haze all day long, and that was from the residual water vapor caused by this superheating process. They are actually superheating these storms, water vapor in these storms, using microwaves. Now, this also could be done with laser, but there are certain microwave frequencies that could be beamed into these storms, and that's how I think they're doing it. They won't tell us how they're doing it, but it's obvious that there is a man-made manipulation going on. And so my best estimate is that this is a microwave operation. They're using microwave to do this, and also the chemtrails. Okay, let's take a look next at the. This is the hurricane center map for the East Coast. We see that Earl is formed here. This is a big storm with 60-mile-per-hour winds, and this is moving at 16 miles per hour to the west, and it's forecasted to go right over the peninsula and into Mexico here in the next few days. Let's take a look at the storm track here. So this may move right over Mexico and possibly back out into the Pacific if they don't destroy it. All right, so let's go take a look at the map here for the Western Atlantic. This is the water vapor map. We can see the size of this area of thunderstorms. This is Earl, I think they called it, right? Go back and take a look. Yes, Earl. Okay, so we have Earl here, and this is a very large system. This has been blown apart the last 2 days. I've been watching this, and I have not reported it just because there was some things going on the Pacific side that I wanted to cover. But this is a big storm, and here we have the Gulf of Mexico. There's not been a major hurricane in the Gulf of Mexico since Katrina and Rita. We had Tropical Storm Bill that skirted right through the up through Mexico and out into Louisiana last season, I believe it was, or maybe the season before. Tropical Storm Bill, and that raised some problems for those Gulf states. But that was really the only major storms that have Rita, Katrina, and Bill. But Bill was a tropical storm. Anyhow, we'll keep an eye on Earl right here and see what develops. Here is the rainbow map, and we can see some blast activity right here. As a matter of fact, right through here, the storm is being blown apart, imploded. You see that blast pattern right there. That is a pretty good example. That's a very good example of how those storms are superheated. We have rapidly expanding water vapor that shoots out radially from the core, and we have this sort of an icicle pattern all the way around the edge, and that's the rapidly expanding water vapor showing up, exiting the center of the storm. So we know that boiling water expands, the steam, everything expands as it gets hotter, and that's exactly what's happening here. We can see this in the water vapor loop. All right, here is the visible light map. We can see the photoshopping work right here. All this is Photoshop. Right down here as well. And we can see blast pattern right there. Right here as well. This is cut in half. Okay. We'll keep an eye on Earl. And here we have the SSEC map. This is Howard. And this should be moving north right into California and delivering rain, but they're setting up, these weather controllers are setting up high pressure right over California. And I'm not going to do the pressure maps today, but we will end it here and do another update tomorrow. Okay, that's it.